You're watching ABC 7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on this Monday for, again, ABC 7 News at 4. We are watching very hot temperatures right now. 103, the feels like temperature. That's the heat index. You combine the dew point, which is way up there at 77 degrees. It's 90 actual temperature and not much rain to cool us down. You can see some storms down to the south near Naples, but most of the action is east of I-75. We had a few isolated showers along the coast earlier today. You can see that activity there near Mayaca City and Hidden River. Some lightning detected there. Just a few lightning strikes. That shower right there is actually weakening after the last half hour or so. You can see we've had some storms also south down near Northport. One isolated shower there, but really not much for this time of year as a result of the westerly flow, and we are going to stay warm overnight. Low temperatures will be above seasonal averages because of this west to southwesterly wind component, and the future forecast model not showing much going on this evening. There is a chance we could see a few isolated storms popping up along the land breeze late tonight and tomorrow morning near the coast. We could use some rainfall. We haven't had much near the coast over the past couple of weeks. Jacqueline Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Now to our top story. Extensive new security measures are being installed at every campus in the Sarasota County School District. All 42 public schools are undergoing major renovations aimed at keeping your kids safe. And we're giving you an inside look at that new security improvement. ABC 7's Taylor Torregano is live at Sarasota Middle School with what changes are being made. Taylor?
Good evening, Jacqueline Scott. These office doors are closed now, but even from the front of the school, you can see just how much work is going into these renovations. Sarasota County Schools has teamed with 8 local contractors to install complete fencing around the entire perimeter of the schools. Just inside this new single point of entry, new bulletproof glass and doors protecting the new staff who will be in control of who is allowed access onto school grounds. Sarasota County Schools says it's spending $25 million to make sure each campus has these multiple systems to stop an intruder. Now the goal is to have this work completed by the time students return on August 13th. But Sarasota County School District says this is a big task and they're asking for your patience if it takes a couple more weeks than that. I'm reporting live from Sarasota Middle School, Taylor Torregano, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Taylor, thank you. Now to new developments involving Parkland school shooting suspect Nikolas Cruz, whose court hearing just wrapped up 30 minutes ago. The issue at hand today was whether to release a 12-hour interview where Cruz admitted to investigators he was the killer. Lawyers say releasing it would further traumatize the community and would impede Cruz's right to a fair trial. Prosecutors have proposed releasing a redacted version. The judge is now reviewing that request. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are also looking for the person who shot a teenager. Deputies were called to the intersection of 5th Street East and 61st Avenue East in Bradenton around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They believe a 17-year-old boy was shot there. He's expected to recover, and deputies have not made any arrests. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies are releasing surveillance photos in hopes of solving a 6-month-old murder case. 41-year-old Michael Grantley was found dead back on January 15th along 26th Avenue East in Bradenton. Detectives have uncovered surveillance photos of Grantley and another man from the day of the murder. They say Grantley was at a Wawa store on US 301 in Sarasota. The man who appears to be with him is standing to the right of him. If you recognize the man, call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. All right, Jacqueline joins us now with the historic one-on-one meeting between President Trump and Vladimir Putin. Jacqueline.
Scott, President Trump has already left Helsinki, but the discussion about the highly anticipated meeting between Trump and Putin today is far from over. The two leaders covered a wide range of issues, ranging from nuclear weapons to terrorism, Syria, and Iran, issues their international counterparts were anxious to hear addressed. And when it came to Russian interference in the 2016 election, Putin once again denied any wrongdoing. U.S. and North Korean officials are working together to search for thousands of Americans who never returned from the Korean War. It's unclear when they will begin or where those service members' remains are located. The U.S. and North Korea officials are also working to transfer American remains that have already been collected by North Korea. As the Thailand soccer team and their coach continue to recover, the former Thai Navy SEAL who died during that cave rescue operation is being remembered. These photos show the team mourning the death of Saman Kunan. Kunan died on July 6th during an operation to deliver oxygen tanks to the cave where the boys were located. The Wild Boar team wrote messages of appreciation on Kunan's portrait. A British diver who assisted with that rescue of the Thai soccer team says he's considering legal action against Elon Musk. The CEO of SpaceX made derogatory claims that the diver, Vern Unsworth, was a pedophile in a tweet that has since been deleted. The tweet was made after the diver called Musk's miniature submarine a PR stunt. Unsworth now says that people realize what sort of a guy he is.
It's not finished.
How disrespectful was he, do you think?
I believe he's called me a paedophile. Well, by definition, rescuing 12 young boys, by definition, that puts everybody else in the same context.
Unsworth added that he would not be making any more further comments about Musk. Let's send it back to Scott with more on how the beautification project in Venice is affecting local businesses.
Well, Jacqueline, some stores and restaurants say business is good despite the construction on Venice Avenue. The beautification project started last week on the eastbound lane of Venice Avenue. The city says they're working closely with Venice Main Street to address any issues business owners may have. The city has made clear pathways for pedestrians to get to and from stores and say there's plenty of parking at Centennial Park. An employee at a downtown business says she's glad the construction started when it did.
We want to get it done before season starts, like January, February, March. So it's a good time to be doing it.
Main corridor of Venice Avenue should be complete by November. Manatee County, which was once the center of the opioid crisis, now getting praise from U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. There's been a dramatic decrease in deaths and overdoses, as well as cracking down on opioid dealers. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to more than 170 overdoses so far this year. That's down more than 800 this time last year. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office attributes that decline to an increased number of arrests of those selling the drugs. Venice police warning people of a mail theft in the area that's stealing credit cards. Plus, an odd ending for police after a couple led them on a chase through Florida. Why they flashed their pearly whites once they got caught. And new research about dieting for teenagers, what parents need to know about the risk involved with teens who are trying to lose weight.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Don't miss the exciting original musical review, Tops from Flops, playing July 11th through the 22nd at the Players Center. All the best songs from all the wrong shows from composers like Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, and more. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll want to sing right along with Tops from Flops.
Now a crime alert for those who live in a Venice apartment complex. Someone has been stealing their mail and using their credit cards. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez is live at the Venice Police Department tonight with a closer look at how the crimes were discovered. Rebecca?
Good evening, guys. Well, the Venice Police Department tells me that a handful of residents not only had their mail stolen right from their locked mailboxes, but hundreds of dollars were charged to their debit and credit cards. The robber was prying open mailboxes in an apartment complex called the Venetian on Capri Isles Drive. Many who live here didn't realize what was happening at first. They just thought the mailboxes were old and that their packages had just gotten lost in the mail. It wasn't until one victim noticed that a new debit card she ordered had never gotten to her, but somehow had over $500 charged to it. She filed a police report, and detectives were able to track that person down and arrest them this past Friday. Tonight at 6, I'll have the whole story from that victim, plus tips from the police department on how to stay protected and what to do if it happens to you. Reporting live for now from Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you guys.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much. Now let's send it to Jacqueline in the newsroom for a look at some of the stories that are trending today. Jacqueline?
Scott, it's a rescue that's even too difficult for a Black Hawk helicopter. Take a look. A hiker got injured on Mount Hood in Oregon last Friday. In order to rescue that hiker, the Oregon National Guard had to make a tricky landing. Most helicopters struggle to get up that high, and winds can change direction rapidly. A Black Hawk helicopter flew to the area, but due to the altitude, a Chinook helicopter was used instead. The climber and the search team were brought down to safety. And take a look at this heart-stopping road rage incident in Los Angeles. Cell phone video captured a Jeep Cherokee taking out the door of a Toyota Prius. Witnesses say on social media that the man standing on the street is the Toyota's driver, who was involved in an argument with the Jeep's driver. Luckily, it appears no one was hurt from that collision. Well, two suspected thieves were ready for the camera after their arrest in Florida. The couple was all smiles as they posed for a picture with arresting deputies in Volusia County, northeast of Orlando. Police have been looking for Matthew White and Amber Tainer since May. Deputies nabbed them after the couple was spotted in a stolen car on Thursday. Despite their smiles, the pair is facing charges of grand theft, possession of narcotics, and more. Well, you can't help but smile when you watch this video. Take a look at this baby giraffe trying to learn how to walk. A wildlife conservation center in Ohio is welcoming this new calf, and as you can see, he is quite determined to get up on his feet. But clearly, it is just not as easy as it looks. Eventually, he did find his footing, and the herd gathers to watch. The calf stayed close to his mom, who was caught on camera giving him a smooch. Let's send it back to Scott with a look at today's consumer news. Scott?
All right, thank you, Jacqueline. A new report shows if Florida was a nation, it would have the 17th largest economy in the world. The Tampa Bay Times reports Florida's economy has topped $1 trillion. Despite hitting that milestone, there's still room to grow. The Florida Chamber launching what's called the Florida 2030 initiative to address problem areas in the economy, such as the achievement gap in schools and the state's poverty rate. Following Twitter's purge of fake accounts, 2 accounts allegedly used by Russian intelligence to spread hacked information during the 2016 U.S. election have been suspended. The move was made Saturday, just one day after 12 Russian intelligence officers were indicted for allegedly hacking the computers and email accounts of Democrats, as well as releasing documents from those hacked accounts ahead of the election. Microsoft is asking the U.S. government to regulate facial recognition technology. The president of Microsoft says regulation is necessary due to what he calls the technology's potential for abuse. Supporters claim this technology improves safety for customers and companies, as well as helps police find suspects in missing children. But critics warn the technology can infringe on privacy rights. In today's health news, new research shows teens who are encouraged to diet are more likely to struggle with their weight as adults. Dr. Susan Albers of Cleveland Clinic says dieting can persuade teens to develop a negative relationship with food. Instead, she says it's more beneficial to practice mindful eating, where the focus is on how you eat rather than what you eat. Dr. Albers says to focus on 4 skills that all start with the letter S: sit down, shut off devices, slow down, and stress management.
It's so important to give teens these skills at this juncture in their life. And I talk to parents about tools, not rules. So moving away from food rules, but really helping them to change their habits around the way that they eat.
Dr. Albers encourages parents to find ways to help their teens manage stress and steer them away from comfort eating. Several major fast food chains are ending employee contracts that include what's known as no-poach clauses. The restaurants include Arby's, Carl's Jr., McDonald's, Jimmy John's, Auntie Anne's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Cinnabon. These deals kept low-wage workers confined to specific franchise stores, leaving them unable to accept higher-paying jobs at different stores. Now the 7 chains will be enforcing the end of the no-poach deals nationwide. Back to Bob now for a look at our first alert forecast. Bob?
A truly spectacular event took place yesterday from Venice Beach. You don't see this very often. Now, you do see sundogs, but not the double that you see here. This is known as a sundog, or mock suns, if you will. As I said, it does happen occasionally as far as one is concerned, but this was a double, 22 degrees out from the center of the sun, right at 45 degrees. You'll see these pop up as a result of the crystals of the ice and just hanging in a certain way. They refract and reflect the light. Sometimes they can be multicolored like a rainbow. This one was sent in by Judy Piper. You don't see this very often, as I said. This one at Venice Beach. Appreciate that. And you may have noticed the sunsets have been absolutely unbelievable as of late here along the Sun Coast. Some folks who have lived down here all their lives said it's been the best they've seen. Well, it's a result of the African dust that's been in the atmosphere in the Gulf of Mexico. It has a tendency to light up a little bit more and have those reds show up. This was from Friday night. I wanted to show you these. Again, we had some over the weekend, too. Saturday night were spectacular as well. Lakewood Ranch webcam showing what was going on during the day, and a lot of sunshine. Just a few fair weather cumulus clouds now and again. As we have this west to southwesterly wind, we're still under the influence of a high-pressure ridge. Now, there is a frontal system approaching the southeast United States. That front will keep us in this pattern where we'll see west to southwesterly wind flow, and that provides mainly inland storms throughout the afternoon and early evening. And then there's a chance we could see some late night showers developing along the land breeze. The heat index is at 103 right now, expected to be 100 to 105 right in through the next couple of days in the afternoon hours. Well, you'll see isolated cells popping up here and there, but not a lot going on. These are working northward right now near Fort Myers into Lee County, but this cell in particular has been around, but now it is weakening. It had been producing a few lightning strikes, and now one near Northport also starting to show some signs of developing. This one was at 40,000 feet just 20 minutes ago, and it has dropped. So they're not sticking around very long, and that's simply because of the fact there's no convergence setup, nothing to keep them going as far as that goes, and you can see some dry air over the Bahamas right now. The forecast tonight calling for mainly inland storms. Now, 1 or 2 showers could pop up late tonight and then move onshore during the morning hours. And then the focus of storms will be inland along with that west coast wind pushing off toward the east coast. Similar conditions expected on Wednesday. We may get back eventually to more of an afternoon and evening variety of storm pattern, but that doesn't happen until Thursday. We'll have a transition day on Wednesday as that front kind of fades away to the north of us. As I said, the west wind will continue, so that means high dew point temperatures, and the heat index will be 100 to 105 degrees beginning as early as noon and continuing on into 3, 4 o'clock. Now you'll see just a little variation in the wind at times, but those winds will be very light. A little land breeze will develop at night, and that will allow for some coastal showers to pop up here and there. Temperatures are pretty hot across the state now as a result of the lack of rainfall, really, and it's 90 in Sarasota, 92 in Mayaca City, 93 in Arcadia. The Gulf water temperature at 88 degrees, and currently it's 90 at the airport with a heat index at 103. West to southwest winds are at 13. The pressure 30.05 inches. That continues to rise. Top number, your heat index, I think it's going to be a little higher than the models are projecting right here, but we'll see highs into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. And overnight lows will not be all that low. We'll see them dropping down into the upper 70s to low 80s. Well, it's hot across most of the central U.S. as it has been, it seems, all summer long, especially from Texas through Kansas. For boaters tomorrow, southwesterly winds at 10 knots and a light chop out there. Seas will be running less than 2 feet. The extended forecast then slight chance for scattered showers along the coast in the morning and then inland in the afternoon. We jump to 40% on Wednesday. Timing may start to change on Thursday, getting back to those afternoon and evening variety of storms. And I think that'll be the case over the weekend too, with afternoon and evening storms coming back into play. I know I had a chance to check out my weather app over the weekend, and the weather app was ABC7's, again, first alert weather app. You want to download that if you haven't done so already, and it's got some really nice features on it. You know, we had the tropical storm Beryl reformed as a subtropical storm Beryl, and I was able to track that real quick on my phone, just see where it was going. And you see it has all the capabilities of our weather system right here at ABC7, so go ahead and download that. It's free. It's nice.
And I used it too to track some lightning to see how far away it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk some national weather out in California, where the Ferguson fire burning near California's Yosemite National Park now covers more than 9,000 acres, and it's only 2% contained at this point. A man who was driving a bulldozer to create a gap in vegetation to keep the flames from spreading into a nearby community was killed Saturday. The wildfire grew quickly, forced the closure of a key road into Yosemite National Park. Electricity was cut off to many areas there, including Yosemite Valley, just as a safety precaution.
And evacuations were also ordered in rural communities just outside the park. Temperatures actually spiking to 95 degrees, and inaccessible terrain have made it difficult for the crews to slow those flames down, Scott.
Any relief on the way for California?
Not really. What they are going to have a problem with, too, is El Nino's coming into play, full effect, and during the winter months, with heavy rain expected out west, mudslides will be a big problem.
All right. Bob, thank you so much. Lava in Hawaii still flowing from the Kilauea volcano that first erupted in May. What new addition people in Hawaii are now seeing because of that lava runoff.
I'm Joey Paddock from Suncoast View. Coming up Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., our show is all about mom. We'll meet a mom author who wrote a book, Babies Are the Worst. It's all about her struggles with postpartum depression. Plus, we'll learn self-defense tips and safe toys for toddlers. That's coming up Tuesday at 9 a.m.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Thank you. her the best protection she has. Buddy up. I'm Jill Harrington. Please visit HelpSaveTheNextGirl.com and get involved.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Residents of Hawaii saying aloha to a new island. Last Thursday, a small island appeared off the northern shore of the Big Island of Hawaii. It's part of the active underwater lava flow from the Kilauea volcano there, which started erupting back in May and caused lots of damage so far. The island measures between 20 and 30 feet in diameter and is, as you can see, very close to the shoreline. If the lava continues to flow, experts say the new formation will likely connect with the coastline. If not, it will likely erode over time. And we're just getting started here on ABC 7. Let's get back to the newsroom now. Look at some of the stories we're working on for you tonight. Jacqueline?
Scott, summer two-a-day practices have been long gone for student athletes here in Florida due to intense heat. Coming up at 5, we'll hear what new additions Manatee County schools will be adding to prevent heat strokes during practices. And at 6, vandalism at a popular Bradenton park has police asking for the public's help to identify suspects. And at 7, an exclusive interview with former Governor Bob Graham. He talks about his daughter's race for governor and much more on politics. Let's send it back to Bob for a look at our final forecast.
Jacqueline, here's your Sunset Beach walk. It's going to be mostly fair out there. Winds will be out of the southwest at 5 to 10, and it looks like nice conditions are expected. Photo by Deanna Trier, who got that yesterday. Evening planner showing skies are going to be partly cloudy to mostly fair, but temperatures will be unseasonably warm. 82 degrees at 11 o'clock. It'll feel more like 90 as a result of that west to southwesterly wind. That's one thing we are going to see with this kind of situation, a high pressure bump down to our south. Warm and muggy overnight readings and the potential for a few coastal showers during the overnight hours. We saw a couple last week, some big storms kind of fired up late at night because all that energy is still around. It hasn't been used up, and just a little bit of a breeze coming back toward the coast will generate the storms. We're starting to see this flare up in Northport, although no lightning yet. I suspect it'll be there soon. The storm already closing in on 30,000 feet, and it just popped up recently, so don't be surprised by a few rumbles of thunder there near Northport. And the one storm over Hidden River, gone as a result of it moving to the northeast. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. And thank you for joining us on ABC 7 News at 4. We hope to see you back here at 5 o'clock.